Hello, our project is titled Twitter Emoji Sentiment Analysis. So the problem we identified was sentiment analysis, which we learned the importance of in class, but applied specifically to Twitter, it's a useful idea because Twitter is essentially a unlimited public data set, so sentiment analysis allows you to track perception of trending issues. The problem we found, though, is many Twitter studies are based on data sets that are outdated. The distributions of the tweets in the data sets does not necessarily match the distribution of modern tweets. And the chief culprit behind this is within the past 5 years, the usage of emojis in informal writing has risen dramatically. And we provide an example tweet at "My friend, I hate you." See, this is a tweet that probably is sarcastic and should be classified as positive, but recognizing this is only possible through the handling of emojis. So the chief question we asked ourselves was, how much does emoji handling impact modern Twitter sentiment analysis? To answer this question, ideally we would use a fully labeled data set of modern tweets. However, again, the publicly available data sets are mostly, almost 10 years old and do not contain emojis or, emoji handling. So what we did was we manually collected almost 200,000 tweets that contained emojis and then used the sentiment analysis algorithm Vader to label and classify each of these tweets. However, we weren't entirely confident in using a classification algorithm as our ground truth. So we set a threshold of 0.7 between 0 and 1 on this Vader scale. And this allowed us to take away a set of 6,600 positive and 6,600 negative tweets. We didn't feel that this data set would be big enough to generate robust results, so we decided to first train on the Sentiment 140 data set, which is a 1.6 million tweet labeled data set, but does not contain emojis, and then we would fine-tune on our emoji data set. And to do that, we would use features that we obtained through another data set, the emoji sentiment data set, that contain occurrence information for different emojis. So again, our procedure would be we'd compare performance on our emoji data set, dev and test set, after training solely on the emoji list Sentiment 140 data, after fine-tuning on our emoji data set, but without explicit emoji handling, and then after fine-tuning with explicit emoji handling. For our feature generation, for our baseline models, we use standard unigram and bigram combinations of features. For our neural models, though, we had a tweet-based approach where we would take all the emojis that occurred in a tweet and use their occurrence information to average the ratio of positive appearances, or we did a word-based approach where for an emoji that has an encoding of grinning face, for example, that's the name of the emoji, we would average the glove vectors of the words that comprise the name. So in that example, we would average the glove vector of grinning and average the glove vector of face and use that as the glove vector for that emoji. These are our results. In the first column, we have the results after training just on the emoji list Sentiment 140 data. The second column is after training fine-tuning on the emoji data without emoji handling, and then the third column is after fine-tuning with emoji handling. And we see that exposing to the emoji data even without fine handling leads to marginal performance gains. This is the F1 score on positive labels. But using emoji handling consistently leads to 5, 10, or even 20% gains in performance. And our RNN model is running as we speak. That's our most time-intensive model, but we expect to see similar trends, perhaps even greater all-around performance. And again, our full results are available in our final paper. So the takeaways we found are that, yes, we were correct in our hypothesis that emoji handling significantly does increase classification power. Emojis are able to convey context, such as sarcasm or negation, that it's hard to deduce just from looking at words individually, especially when you don't have the sentiment tree bank structure. And the biggest takeaway that we have come to is that for any modern Twitter application, it really is essential these days to handle emojis. We'd like to thank the entire teaching team for a great class and our mentor for her feedback, and we look forward to submitting our final paper. Thank you.